So, I am Jody Lock by Rastagal, and today I'm going to talk about my lock extensions. I did these extensions in January, so it's been about 5 months. They were 38 inches, 0.4 width, with the wet and wavy ends. Same hair you would use for micro braids. That's the hair that I put on the ends. I love the locks. My hair has grown out quite a bit, so I have, and this extension that is this long, I have, my hair goes to about there. So my hair has grown out quite a bit. When I started, I would say my hair was about this short. So that's the journey that I'm on in those 5 months. So lots of growth. They are getting a little heavier, but nothing crazy where my neck hurts, back hurts, pain, anything like that. I got the bangs going on. So these are the lock knot bangs is what I call them. People call them different things, but it's basically, simple. All I did was bend the hair to the length that I want, whatever length you want your bangs to be, so match it up. And then I literally just wrapped the lock around the base and carried it all the way down the lock. So you literally just hold it and wrap it right around. You can almost like 2-strand twist feel. And that's how I made my bangs. And then I just would wrap that around to conceal it and then clip it with a rubber band. So that was the process on that. When I take these out, it'll ultimately have like a curl at the bottom of the lock. But yeah, just a bang style. I love bangs. So they're lightweight. I wash probably like every 8 weeks. And then I do some type of styling in between. I'll mix with my aloe water and I'll use my Rastagal 7 essential oils that I make. Or I also have some other oils that I use as well. My lavender root stimulator. I'll do that every once in a while. And then if I have that itching, that anti-itch oil always gets me right. So other than that, I don't really do too much. I don't retwist that often as well, probably every 8 weeks, if that, just to allow my hair to be nice and thick to be able to manage the weight of these lock extensions. Because when you're getting lock extensions, you have to understand that the length of your locks that you're adding to your hair will eventually weigh down all of your new growth. So you want your parting size that you do when you install your lock extensions is super important to make sure that the lock extensions is actually going to last and withstand. The worst part and what allows a lot of people to have to stop their lock journey is when it's too heavy for the parting size. Where like the extension is too heavy for the parting size that you have. For me right here, this is really, really thick. My hair is really thick on the top. So this is going to be good for the withstanding, for the rest of however long I decide to keep the extensions on. Or I could wear the extensions forever. It's up to me on what I want to do. So with these ones, like you can see with this one, maybe my hair is really, really thick here as well, but it's also budding. As you can see the frizz there, that's the budding because it's starting to lock up even tighter. Of course, it's nice and solidified, but it could still use some more locking. So I would say this is at the teenage stage of locks. Is how this one, this lock there is working out. But I have like locks on the edges where I have a lot of, there's a good amount of hair there, but it's still my softer texture and it's more loose. As you can see, it's barely locking up in that section. I could instant lock it with a crochet needle, but it doesn't bother me none. I like I like the root look. I like to have the thick roots. So this is what my roots are looking like. Lots of new growth. I haven't twisted it since I want to say maybe April 1st. So it's been a little while. I did kind of like a style that I did like a light twist, but nothing. I didn't retwist the whole thing, just like maybe the edges for when I was styling the bangs. But yeah, that's how that looks. I love them. I will say, if you're going to get lock extensions, you want to make sure you're going to someone that is reputable, knows what they're doing, someone that's going to make sure that they give you the right um, parting to root to lock ratio, gives you the correct root to lock ratio, meaning that your size of your parting and your lock that starts to grow can handle the weight of the extensions. If not, you'll see them slipping off or you need to take them off. Super important to pay attention to that. Getting the size locks that you want. 0.4 is going to get you more locks. So you'll be looking at like anywhere from 90 being a very small head, 70 to 90 being a very small head. And then I've had, when I did that, my first go, I think I had like 124. With these ones, I only have 89, and that's because I also have my shave side. So that, you know, I probably would have been around 100 if I had my size. So depending on how thick your hair is, how thick I think your hair will grow in the potential future can determine your lock count. Coming in saying that you want a certain amount of locks, we can aim for it, but it's really no guarantee. I'm going to do it based on how I feel your hair will thrive more than, you know, causing breakage and things like that. So it's definitely a field that you have to continue to learn different techniques and stuff to keep it in. I do like just minor repairs on mine sometime when I'm retwisting, and it's mainly, like I said, in the front areas that are a lot thinner where I could just really clean that up. Other than that, like, I love having them. The downside is that my kids talk a lot of mess to me, telling, oh, you got extensions, because all four of them have their locks. I'm like, these are extensions. Stop with all this length talk. And it's like, I hear you. Yes, I did have locks for 6 years. I started back in 2010, cut them around like 2016. So I did my due diligence in the lock journey. So please don't kill us in the lock extension community. Understand that it's our journey as well, because our hair is still growing. It's still a lock journey. You know, opinion is opinion, whatever. But it is definitely still a lock journey, because we're still learning, you know, our hair, seeing how thick it's going to thrive. And the fun thing for me being the loctician that installed these is seeing if I guessed the right size parting for the lock extension that I added in. I love to see the accuracy of that. Because when I first started, I didn't know any better. I did long extensions on my hair that was too short for such heavy extensions. I would suggest that you strongly have like 4, maybe like 5 inches of hair in order to do the longer extensions, just because you need to make sure that your hair can withstand the extensions without thinning your hair, because if the extensions is too heavy, it thins your hair. So always keep that in mind. It is an investment. But if you find the right loctician, it is surely worth the investment. For this, I would have probably paid like a good $2,000 or so, just because of the hair. This hair is really expensive. And then the extensions, the time that it takes to build each lock and then take the time to install each lock, that's all a process. So you have to be mindful of why the extensions cost so much. It is because it takes a lot of work. It really does. It takes a lot of work. The pricking of the fingers. I've done, you know, went to the emergency room to get a needle taken out of my finger. So you have to understand that we put in a lot of work to make sure that we learn our craft and, you know, get better with it. But if you're interested in lock extensions, you can always reach out to me, Lock by Rasta Gal, or I started a lock extension page, which is Rasta Gal the Lock Alchemist. So you can follow those pages on Instagram. I'm working on the Facebook ones. Other than that, you know, always send me a message. But I love my extensions overall. They've gotten really long since I first started. They were waist length, and now they are definitely under the booty length. So I love that for me, how much they've grown, and I'm grateful. I just wanted to give you a 5-month update, so I appreciate you following my journey and respecting the extensions, as I will respect your journey. Stay cool, stay blessed. Peace.